Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. How are y'all doing? So after numerous requests, I am reviewing the Warrior, Tier 8 Armored Fighting Vehicle. Now, the Warrior only has one other Tier 8 to compete with, and that is the Ramka. Oh, Ramka, Ramka, Ramka. And, we're going to be discussing the differences in the two vehicles and how it works out for you guys at these armored AFVs. Yeah, you heard me right. Armored AFVs. That's a thing. So, let's take a look at these two armored AFVs. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've actually enjoyed driving the Warrior the couple times I've taken it out. But let's take a good hard look at both of them and figure out which one you might like a little better. For your personal tastes, of course. So, the Warrior has superior damage per shot and superior pen. However, it only has a 6-round clip. So you got to make every one of those 6 shots count, or you're in trouble. Next thing is it has a higher damage per minute, a much quicker reload, but a slower overall actual rate of fire due to the 6 rounds per clip, and it just has a lot beefier kind of feeling gun. I would akin this to a bagel panzer without a missile, because that's what it feels like. Now, armor-wise, the Warrior is not as well armored as the Ramka 99 by any stretch of the imagination. Ramka 99 has composite armor, so it's really good. It has all this ERA plating stacked all over it for spite purposes, and the ERA on it is amazing. To illustrate this for you guys, the ERA on this thing is heavy ERA, which gives times 35 modifier against heat rounds, and just straight up 30 millimeters of extra armor against Sabo and high explosive. However, the Ramka's turret is very vulnerable. Next is, well, how should I describe this? The Warrior's armor is good enough. It's not going to win any awards for stopping main battle tank cannons consistently, but it will occasionally bounce one of them. What it's going to win awards for is for other AFVs trying to kill it and quickly discovering that they can't. The turret has very good sloping, the front is very heavily sloped, and the side has that extra applique plating that just makes it amazing. By the way, I'm using the applique, not the ERA and cage armor. The Warrior is faster, quicker to accelerate, better camouflaged, longer view ranged, better cannon depression, quicker traverse on turret and hull, more accurate and a quicker aim time than the Ramka. The Warrior also has 500 extra hit points than the Ramka. So the only place the Warrior doesn't have it is in firepower, and even then its cannon isn't bad. 220 millimeters of penetration. To compare that to, say, the Crab, it almost has as much pen as the Crab, and the Crab's a tier higher. So how does its armor profile actually stack up? Well, without counting sloping, it has 198 millimeters of actual armor against Sabo shells on the hull and 100 millimeters on the turret. When you factor in sloping, this armor probably comes out to about 250 to 260 on a straight flat hit, and the turret armor probably comes out somewhere between 140 and 150. Side armor is the same as the front, just without the good sloping, and there is spaced armor here. As you guys can see, there is a space between this applique and the hull, giving it a little bit better bolster against heat rounds and autocannons from other armored fighting vehicles. To illustrate how thick 198 millimeters is, let's go look at the Weasel. 156 pen. Weasel can't really hurt it from the front or sides. It has to get behind you. BMP-3. 160 pen. Same problem. BMD-4. Same problem. Even the mighty Crab needs flat-on shots with 224 mil a pen to penetrate the warrior. Another warrior needs flat-on shots, or you need to be hitting behind this grate here and into this, or shooting it directly into the lower part of the turret face in order to damage it with your autocannon. And it's really hard to aim autocannons when you're going full speed. So that is how its armor profile stacks up. And that is how it stacks up against its only Tier 8 competition. What about crew? I recommend Sabrina, as I recommend her for almost every single AFV that you're going to drive. However, there are other options. If you want to go raw, absolute screw you firepower, you could go with Freya, but I wouldn't recommend this option in the slightest. Again, Sabrina's about your only option. Smooth ride and off-road driving are going to absolutely win it for you in the Warrior. The Warrior is already quick and maneuverable. Making it faster and more maneuverable and giving it the ability to shoot on the move is wonderful. The shoot from the hip and the rapid fire are going to make it absolutely wonderful for your cannon to function even better and to be slightly less inaccurate. Round-wise, you're going to load majority sabos. You're going to load a couple of HE rounds to occasionally spam at people. Remember, you only have a 6-round clip size, so about 6 clips of HE are more than enough. You're hardly ever going to fire these. Consumables, spare parts, medkit, fire extinguisher. There you go. It is tempting, but not advisable to remove the medkit. Don't remove the fire extinguisher because the engine to this bad boy is in the goddamn front. Do not remove the fire extinguisher. You will burn. But you could drop the medkit for an energy drink if you wished. Retrofits are the interesting part. So I recommend optics and intercom systems stacked together for your 2 universal slots. You can, however, get a benefit from stacking 2 armor retrofits on your 1900 hit points and boost your warrior to 2600 plus hit points. You can also mount firepower and just go for raw damage output, or you can mount mobility. It's a very flexible vehicle in this case. I recommend the chrome barrel lining to increase your accuracy when the circle's the biggest and give you a little bit extra damage, because rate of fire isn't really going to save you with an autocannon, but damage will. It's kind of like the Fox in that regard. And lastly, the air induction cleaner is your best friend. You already have a very high hull traverse and a decent acceleration. Let's make it fantastic. So, that is your retrofits, that is your equipment, that is your crew, that is your vis-a-vis against other AFVs of Tier 8, and even against AFVs of Tier 9. I'm sorry, Crab. I hate to say it. But in a straight-up fight, money's on the warrior. But in a contest of who's going to hide from the other person better, money's on you. But in a straight-up fight, money's on the warrior. Think of this as the Tier 8 Bradley, except for you don't give missiles. And that's something you have to work around, and that is an inhibition that you do have to work around. So, let's go take a look at the warrior in a fight. Alright everyone, here we are. The fight is live. And the warrior is out for blood. Warriors, come out to play, yay! Now, I noticed that flare, by the way, and went, nope. Nope, I'm not going to make it that easy for you. Not going to happen. Going to go my own way here. And see what I can find. What trouble I can get into. Now, you would think this larger AFV would not be as quick or maneuverable as it really is. By the way, that's Sophie over there in the XM8, and she just took a big ol' hit for her curiosity. That might have been from one of those Tier 7 guns shooting a Sabo. I'm leaning towards the LAV 600, really. Oh, and I noticed that I got lit by the goddamn flare. Hate those flares sometimes. People spam them. Look at that. He put out another one immediately and then tried to hit me with Artie. Now here's the fun part with the warrior. It hurts. Those are almost 200-point hits. It hurts. It really does. Now, to this point, I decide I'm going to go look around a little bit more before I make a commitment here. Don't want to overcommit, don't want to undercommit either, but don't want to overcommit just yet. And you can hear the guns going down there below us. You know the shit's getting real. So I start moving in. I'm going to try to go help these main battle tanks, because I notice our T-80 is kind of holding his own up here. It could probably use some help if I could give it. Now, it's also at this point that I'm going to point out that my other platoon mate in the M1A1 is being incredibly unaggressive. And this is going to result in a problem later, because he's the main battle tank. These main battle tanks should be pushing and providing some aggression to our team, but they're not. So I decide, alright, fine, fuck it, I'm going in to help T-80. And if T-80 would have just fired a second earlier, I wouldn't have to take that hit. I try to penetrate, but the front forward side of the Challenger 1 is just too damn thick. But having caught the other Charlie 1 off guard has let us get a slight advantage. Now, if the other main battle tanks would push right now, right at this moment, we would win this. We have an overmatch. We have more hit points than they do. And the enemy is spread out, not really in a position to defend themselves. And yet, they're not going. It's 4 enemy main battle tanks stopping 7. I waited till the Challenger 1 fired and poked out and took a couple of pot shots at him. And the Yardie just decides he's going to hit me. Jerk. And this Leopard 2 is exposing way too much of his side when I crop up here. And they don't take advantage of this. Look at these guys. They do not take advantage of this. This guy's turret is completely turned. And there's the occasional bounce you'll get from this thing. Guy's turret was completely turned around to shoot at me, and nobody bothered to pop out and give him one. They had ample opportunity. So at this point I realize our team is not going to do shit. So I set up this shot here. And deliver a bunch of... that was just my clip. That was just me shooting him there. It's at this point I'm like, you main battle tanks are freaking useless. Barely dodged the T-80 round. And I'm going after the Yardie. Dead. Getting my revenge for all that shit they shot at me earlier. And I just can't quite land the shots there. But the Paladin knows I'm coming. And our team of main battle tanks is just falling the hell apart. They had I gave them a golden opportunity to push in and kill that Abrams. And nobody did it. Nobody came around the corner and shot him while his turret was turned. They let him shoot at me twice with his turret turned, and nobody did anything about it. You can't do that, guys. You can't leave AFV drivers hanging. And it's at this point that Sophie goes down, and it's just the LAV 600, and I'm just running. And if I had not hit that rock, I'd have got a lot further than what I do. But as you can see, I'm just gone. I'm like flooring it and getting out. Now, the Warrior doesn't have the best camouflage, which I know. I pull back behind here, launch smoke, and pull forward, and they try. But not going to happen today. And I'm ducked down here, and I'm dodging rounds, trying to stay alive longer, and it just doesn't happen. The Abrams from earlier, the one that had ample opportunity to be killed, is the one who kills me. I'm sorry, team. I did my job. I distracted the enemy, and I gave you guys completely turned turrets, and your response was to sit around the corner and ignore your opportunity. You can't do that. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Let's go take a look at the post-game stats. I got those. So, here we have it. I got the Iron Star. I got Recon, so I did my job in an AFE. But I did more than my job. I did a shitload of damage. This thing is surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Now, that Abrams, whom I distracted and gave ample opportunity to kill, is the only reason the enemy team won that game. They had all the chance in the world to kill him. And nobody did it. And he's the reason we lost. Because if he had died at that moment, he would have done a hell of a lot less damage than 7 grand. And that would have been an easy win. Because there would have gone their main firepower and nobody reacted. You gotta have a killer fucking instinct. Somebody goes in, you're in right behind them. Don't be scared. Being scared is what loses battles. As you can see from the Leopard 2 here, they got 1 shot of damage. The Ariete, they got 1 shot of damage. The T-80, they got 1 shot of damage. This T-80 that wasn't scared got a lot of damage. Got his hit points of damage and got a kill. This Challenger did nothing. This Abrams got 1 hit. You got to be aggressive, team, and you got to do it, or it's just not going to work out for you. 60 shots fired, 42 hit the targets. The gun is reasonably accurate even while going full speed, and 6 of those shots I know were misses at the damn Paladin there at the end. But most of the shots won't penetrate, just fair warning. About half of my shots didn't do anything. But I'm shooting at main battle tanks, so that's expected to some degree. However, I spotted 9 enemies. But of my 9 spots, only 2 people took advantage. You see the issue here. Team didn't help, and there's nothing I can do at that point. Sorry. I went crazy psycho and everything, and it just didn't work. Sad face. Anyway, let's go take a look at some PvE content. Show you guys what this thing's like in a PvE match. So hello everyone. Who's ready for Starry Night? Absolutely worst case scenario I could have drawn for an AFV.
It appears they are after this town to use as a food source, knowing that they will probably burn the farm to the ground if they can't get their way. Incoming intel. Station looks like the Lions have prepared fuel trucks for their contingency plan. Destroy the trucks so they can't use it for burning.
Gotta be careful. God damn, that's awesome. Turn around. He's turned around. Oh shit, he wasn't turned around. I thought he was. I couldn't tell. Fucking hell. Must be an easier way to tell when people are turned and when they're not. Get turned. How is that frickin' Thunderbolt not dead? Let's go out flank. Hopefully I come up behind this frickin' T-90. Oh, never mind, he's dead. Let's go take care of the artillery.
If anything happens to them, a lot of civilians are going to go hungry.
Alright, well let's go make sure some people don't have some starving bellies. Where's that fuel truck? Fuel truck. Gotcha. Look at the bloom on this gun. I was doing 70. And it's still like dead pin accurate. That's awesome. Ah, fuck. Why are you firing HEI at me, you dick? I think I just stuck myself. Yep. I just stuck myself. I'm dead. I have more elevation when I'm not in sniper mode? What the fuck? So I guess I just aim on the fly and wait till somebody come over here and bump me off. Okay, my treads are clearly touching something. There we go. Stinking fucking team. Get out here, Leopard 2! What the shit? We're gonna lose. We're gonna fucking lose. Fuck. Whee, nope.
Identify target. Hey.
Whee, I'm gone. What the fuck is the Leopard 2 doing? Alright, come on, new shot. Ricocheted the last round. We came out here and killed the arty for you, and then you're not going to bother to actually move out and actually engage anything. That's wonderful. Great. Freaking great.
Good. I was worried there for a moment. I'll be sure to add a bonus to your paycheck. Hurry, Black Captain. Protect the farms then.
Red leg, requesting fire at target.
Move out where I can fucking shoot you. Oh shit. Ow. Ow, ow. Where is the move, guys? Jesus, you know how to do this, right? You didn't just pick hard and then have no fucking clue what you're doing. Come on, go! Shoot him! He turns broadside and they don't fire. Come on, team! One bounced. Of course, you guys would shoot at the no armored target instead of, you know, the one that I can't kill. Nope, duck down. I've already used my repair kit. Can't afford it again. What the hell? Oh, the T90 MS shot me with a frag round. I'm like, what the hell hit me?
Lions are headed for the far field.
Come on, come on. Oh, shit. Got him. I think I just won. I'm right behind the Centauro 120. But I got more assists. A lot more assists. Oh, there's a bagel still alive. But he gets to live this day! Shit! Fuck! Ow! Son of a bitch! Kind of embarrassing I got stuck there for a little bit. It was interesting to find out I have higher elevation outside of Zoom than I do in Zoom. Hey, Obsidian! I think that's a bug! Just saying! So, how did I get more spots, do more damage, have the same number of assists, and the same number of kills, but get 300 less reputation than the Ariete? Explain that to me. I'm confused. Oh well. Yeah. Warrior PvE is rough, but it's doable, and it's still kind of fun to drive. Especially with that clip doing about 1,500 damage a pop if you get all 6 rounds to pen. But anyway, what'd you guys think? Did you have fun? Did you have fun watching me get stuck going, must get away? If you did, hit the like button. Slap it, shoot it, blast it, annihilate it. Let all 6 of your rounds in your salvo hit it. If you'd like to see more stuff by me, Fiaura, you can subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon, or you can click on the ad at the end of the video. And check out the sponsor for this particular video. Lastly, if you would like to see the last Armored Warfare video, it's right there. Here's the last time we did a review. It's the LAV 15090. I'm sure you'll enjoy that too. But in the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura signing out for right now. And I hope to see all of your lovely faces in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good time. Thank you very much. Ooh, fire! Fire! He burned to death! Surprise booty sex from the LAV 15090. Nobody expected me to show up. They now know where I am, though. And the M60, again, isn't waiting. Gets outflanked by the Xylo, who just now got spotted. That's where he's been sitting the entire match. On that far back, firing out shells. Because people are not willing to relocate. They think they have to commit somewhere. You don't have to commit anywhere, guys. You can always say, screw this, I'm going elsewhere. Now, because our Artie